Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dan83 from 83, which is backwards. Is it backwards on your screen? No, it's forwards. It's backwards. Right now, yeah. That's okay. You know what it says. You know who I am. Because otherwise you wouldn't be here if you didn't like the page, would you? So, I'm going. I told you I got off track straight away, didn't I? So, this is why I'm not allowed to do live videos, because I just got on a tangent. But Emily is here.
Hello.
There she is. I hope you can hear on our new mic, which is here somewhere. Yeah. New mic. To keep me on track, because I'm not the best at that. So I'm going to take you through a few bits and bobs. We've got some questions I'm going to answer a bit later about design and stuff like that. I've got a little story to tell you about branding and stuff, so yeah. Okay, so branding then. So we do branding here. Branding, and one of my catchphrases is branding is much more than a logo, because people go and buy logos for £5 off Fiverr, or other websites are available, I'm sure, and then they're happy as Larry and they'll make their business and they'll do a really good job. The problem is that isn't branding, that's just a logo, and there is a difference. But I'm not going to go too much into that. I'm going to talk about how actually branding is really easy. It's really, really easy. And this came to me on Saturday when I was standing outside a uniform shop. And this uniform shop has recently, during the last 12 months, rebranded itself due to some unfortunate circumstances, which I won't go into because that's a bit of a... This uniform shop, they had a rebrand, and this uniform shop has been in Kingston for forever, and we get our uniform from there, and it's brilliant. Well, they've had a rebrand, they moved the shop, and they've had a total, it's a new look outside the shop. They've got a big sign over the door in their colour, which is teal, with their logo on in white, and it's very pretty. There's another big logo inside with a light behind it. It looks really nice, and all the staff are very smart in their teal polo shirts with the embroidered logo. And just as a customer, it makes you feel really nice and really safe, and they know that people, they're going to treat you right because their branding is done right. And that's what I mean. It's easy. Really, really easy. And we do that. We help. So branding is easy, but also if your branding is good, people will pay you more money. Okay? Maybe a bit controversial, but if you take two tea bags that are the same tea bag and you put one in a box designed by the designers at Yorkshire Tea, let's say, because that's what we've got in the office, or the tea bags are available, or you've got the tea bags, Happy Shopper brand tea bags from the local corner shop. The Yorkshire tea bags cost more money because the branding is better. And branding is the whole thing. It's the whole experience, it's the lifestyle of Yorkshire tea. You want to live in Yorkshire and you want to drink orange coloured tea, and you want to, think about that Hovis music that we all used to listen to, and that's what makes you think. But the Happy Shopper ones, they're the ones that you pick up when you come back from holiday, and it's like 10 o'clock and that's all you can get. That's what they are. Oh, thanks, Jig. That's good. Good. I'm glad I'm teaching. Teaching you to learn stuff is always fun. Right, so questions. If any of you have got any questions, I would love to answer them live-ish. Or live. I'm live. But Emily's got some here that we got yesterday, so I'm going to try and answer them.
So, number one, what are the foundations for design?
The foundations for design. Wow. Let's have a drink.
Question.
Let me caffeinate before I educate.
Ooh. Get that on a t-shirt.
Get that on a t-shirt. Actually, write that down. That's quite good. So it's different. In fact, design is subjective. Is a thing to say. First of all, what I like, Emily might not like, or a client might not like, or Becca might not like, or Jig or Maggie might not like. So it's subjective. It's what you think about it. The foundations, though, for me, is always keep it simple as possible. Simple, and give it meaning. So it has to mean something, even if it just means something to you. Oh, okay, let's take our branding for example. 83, that's our logo up there. It is backwards, but just 83. 83 is the year Becca and I were born. 83 has meaning, and it's also the number of our house, 83. So it has meaning to us, and also when you've got that story with your brand, people will remember it, and it makes you, you're real people. So people buy from people, not from brands. So there you go. So yeah, for me, keep it simple, give it meaning. They're the foundations for me.
Question 2, where do you find your inspiration?
Oh, inspiration. Well, I sometimes take a walk, I go and sit under a tree, and I sketch the deer that, you know, come. No, I don't. I listen to. My deer would be rubbish if I drew a deer. Inspiration is everywhere. We are children of the 80s, and we are children of TV, and we're children of American movies and music, and that's where it comes from. I listen to music, I get ideas. I watch a film, I get ideas. I talk to Mr. Dan Barnes, who's in here sometimes, on a Tuesday, not today, but it'll be on Thursday. We talk, we get ideas, you get inspiration from anywhere. Look around, be a sponge, absorb everything you can.
Question number 3. Do you use the same process for every client?
Yes and no. So we do have a process in place for clients for different projects. So in that way, yes, each client goes on a little journey, our client journey through our business. They might come into the design office, they'll deal with Sean, who gets the details, and then they might go to Beck and Elliot, who do the dev work. Obviously us as well, we're in there somewhere. But in terms of the actual journey, the client that we go through, design's again subjective, and there's a lot of back and forth. So yes, we do have a process. No, it's not entirely the same for every client.
We have a question from G.
All right, Jig, let's have a look then.
So it's, what is the best way to rebrand a business?
Right. Rebrand a business is exciting, but also dangerous, potentially, has risks involved, because people, it's like, do you remember, I mean, Emily won't remember, it might be before your time, possibly, when they rebranded the post office? Mm-hmm. Give me a like if you remember that, or comment on it. Can you remember what it was called? Does anybody want to, do you remember this?
No.
They rebranded the post office. The post office rebranded as Consignia, that was what they were called. And you have to ask yourself, why have they done that? Why? And it was silly, and it didn't last very long, I don't believe. I have to fact check it, but again, it's risky. So ignoring the risk is silly, but let's just put it to one side for now. So to rebrand a business, you have to, usually you're rebranding because you want to go a different direction, or you just want to refresh. So you just have to ask yourself a lot of questions to why you want to do that, and how you can apply those things to your new branding. So if we wanted to rebrand 83, then would we still use orange? We probably would, because we love orange. And also this paint is £25 a tin. A tin? So we're not painting this. And Jig will tell you, we're not repainting this office ever. It's going to stay like this forever, because it was hell on toast. We would use orange because that's our colour, so that's our heart back to the old brand, but then we might change the font, maybe. We might change the name if we're really rebranding, but that is quite risky because people know you as 83, or they know you as Jig's lorries. I don't know. Jig's lorries.
No.
Man. Yeah, so that was like, does that answer the question? I don't know. Was it? I don't know, Jig. It's a long process, but yeah, it has its risky parts.
No. We'll go on to the next question. What advice would you give to someone starting out in design?
Right. So starting out in design, my story was that I was always drawing as a kid. Always, I loved drawing. We didn't have like Switches and Fortnite and YouTube and all these other things that these kids have got these days. It is a pain to paint, Jig. That's true. We didn't have all those things, so I used to watch Thundercats and draw. Brilliant. A lot of people, and when Dan Barnes watched this, he will completely and utterly relate to this. Thundercats, He-Man, Transformers, drawing, pictures. My granddad, he was a printer, or a compositor to be more accurate, and he told me to be a graphic designer because they get paid the most. That's what he told me. Because in his business, that's true, because they did all the designy stuff back in the day when it was not computerised, and then all he did was set the print up. And that was when I was a little boy. And then fast forward, now here I am. Thanks, Grandad. But what I would say to people is look and absorb and read and experience stuff, look at stuff, watch films, read books. Go outside your scope of things that you normally watch. I mean, we've got some books on the table here. These books were from Home Sense in Merrill, and they were cheap. So we bought them, but they're great books. They're great books. Just have a look. You haven't got to read it. Look at the pictures. I mean, any page. Hopefully it's not inappropriate. That's quite inappropriate. Yeah, it's not. Look at that one. There you go. Nice colours. So look at that. Look at the colours in that. We can use it as inspiration. It's a nice colour scheme. Emily's the queen of the colour scheme, so she wouldn't need that because she's the best at colours. Emily, what's the best colour?
Oh, well, I feel like I need to say orange because to be honest.
No, don't. No, there's no pressure. Just your personal favourite colour.
I like
All
purple.
colours are the best colour.
Purple's a good one. Has a nice dark and light.
Purple.
Nice. I
Good
like
shades.
it. Yeah,
Good shade. Purple. Emily's favourite colour.
Yes.
I'd have said teal or mustard. But, for you, not for me.
Yeah.
Don't ask me that question. Because a little secret, it's not orange. My favourite colour. I don't know. I used to like red as a kid. So red, black. I like black. Most of my clothes are black. Although I have worn a tie-dye shirt today.
Very nice.
You can see that? Nice. Cool, yeah. So I've completely lost where I am. But yeah, so read, listen,
Be inspired.
draw, collect postcards, leaflets, anything anything you like. Find stuff that you like to do and do that and be a designer. Just be. And obviously learn software and stuff. That helps.
And then the final question. Yes, exciting. If you weren't designing, where do you think you would be?
Well, I'm not designing at the moment and I'm currently sat in a meeting room. Does that answer the question?
I guess.
Yay! If I wasn't designing, I would... Well, I don't know, you see, I'm a big guy. Most of you know me, I'm quite a tall guy. But I hate manual work. These hands are very soft. I have massive respect to anybody that can... We've got, this meeting room looks out onto factories and they were putting the roof on these factories and massive respect to those guys, so I could not do what they did. I couldn't even look up at them because I'm not that guy. But so it wouldn't be manual. I hate retail because I've done that for a bit and yeah, I'm not the best. Which is a reason why I haven't done live before because I might say things that aren't the best. So it's good to have a bit of a barrier between me and people. So retail isn't really for me. Doesn't leave a lot really, does it? I'm no good at sports particularly, so I wouldn't be a sportsman.
Design.
I'm just made for design.
Made for design.
I mean, I'm got a brand look, beard. My beard, I can't ever get rid of this. A guy in an Indian restaurant, I think it was New Year's Eve 2020. He said to me that in their culture, if you can grab a beard and it comes out the bottom, you can never cut it off. So, but to be honest, most of the people I know now haven't seen me without a beard.
Wow.
So that's the brand. That's what it is. Branding. So if I ever rebrand, the beard's got to go. Oh, here you go. Is that a question? I can't read it. Can you?
So it's what gives you more joy, doing designs for make companies or start-out companies?
Oh, okay, I got you. So we love working with people who are setting up because they're so passionate and they're really excited, and we get excited. We genuinely do. We're not one of these people who we have clients and not customers, and the difference with that is a customer is a transaction. So you buy your tea bags from Happy Shopper when you come back from holiday, and that's a transaction and that's a customer. But we have clients and we look after these clients, and when they're excited about what they're doing, we get excited as well, and we love doing that. So yeah, that is really good, and to see them do well is really, really good too. Happy clients make for happy designers. Write that down. What do you think? Another one this same time next week? Let's see what they think. Give me a thumbs up if you think I'll do it. If not, you won't ever see me again. Oh, well, there's one. I hate it. Okay, no worries. I hope I answered anyway. Well, I think startups, again, we get to work closely with the people who are at the main. So I think that is good. Big companies are okay, but the problem with big companies is there's normally a lot of people to make decisions, and that's always problematic, as you know. So yeah, I prefer personally to work with people who are starting up. Not to say I don't like to work with big companies, because new businesses, startups, love it. Brilliant question, thanks Jig. That's great. So yeah, cool. So that's it. Thank you. So that's it. Thank you. I haven't got a sign off yet, except I do like a salute. Someone's ringing me now. Someone's ringing me. In a live. It's a live caller. Right. See you later.